in
Halloween, where the duendes will appear, where the clowns will show up and scare you, where the numerous disguises of people will freak you out. Or if you're one of those persons that love to stay at home during the holidays, that's okay. And we can talk about that. We're going to talk about the holiday specials. Now, I think we can all agree that we all enjoy Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas specials throughout the holidays. And it's because they bring laughter, joy, and entertainment by yourself or with your family or friends. And me, I love these Halloween specials. They always have some creative ways, especially how the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror does it every year. Sometimes some may be memorable and amazingly funny or memorable. Others, they may have ran out of ideas here or there. And that's okay. No one's perfect. But I think we're going to be talking about is this one movie I think we all have seen. And I swear it's not a fever dream that we've all had. If you guys remember watching Scary Godmother. Now, Scary Godmother was a series of children's books written by Jill Thompson right around the 90s. And it became really popular and it sold pretty good. That it got 2 movies. The first one is the one we're going to be talking about. The second one we can probably talk about later. And now to quickly recap, basically, little girl is bullied and scared by her older cousin and friends. She is dared to go into a haunted house and she gets kidnapped by a witch, and the witch becomes her scary godmother. We are introduced with numerous characters: a skeleton, a werewolf, a family of vampires, and this weird looking furry monster thing. I don't need to go into a whole recap of what this movie is or what's it about, because I swear everyone I've talked to has seen this and they think it's some sort of fever dream. And it's not. This movie was my favorite mostly because I grew up with cable. We had the black box. That means we had cable for free. And so don't sue us, okay? We did not know. This was the landlords. We were renting at the time. Now we're homeowners. We don't have cable, and we don't need cable. Why? Check out my other video talking about why movie theaters are gonna go extinct soon. Now let me give you the beginner's thoughts. I had, for a children's point of view, I think it was actually pretty cool. And you know, it was your kind of, if you were younger like I was about like 5 years old when I first saw this movie, it was kind of your introductory to Halloween movies, because there is horror movies out there that even some adults can't take. And then there are those children Halloween specials that were meant for kids. And honestly, this is like a great start. I really have little to no cons to kind of give out. The positives I do like is that it kind of does actually send a positive message about fear. How if you want to really stand up to your fears, you're gonna have to face them head on, or you're gonna have to learn to like them. In this case, the main character, the little girl Anna, was scared of monsters in the dark, so the witch kidnaps her and takes her to her own home and does a Halloween party and invites all these other monsters that are her friends so she can get to know them, and so she can develop a way to not be scared of monsters. And we see this in the progression of the whole movie. She even befriends, and I'm guessing becomes best friend with one of the vampire kids, and becomes best friends with all the other monsters. But I think the vampire kid is right around her age, and makes more sense that they become best friends. Yes, there's adults in there too, but you know, if you're a kid, you're gonna befriend the other kid, obviously. Now, the only cons I have about this movie, oh boy, dude, like the CGI and the animation, maybe at the time it wasn't ahead of its time, but it wasn't the worst. I've seen other movies that are extremely worse with CGI. Maybe, the story kind of felt quick, but it was a children's movie. What do I have against it? I personally don't have really that much negatives about this movie, like I said. Just my only cons was the animation. Um, Maybe the humor was too cheesy. That was another thing. But you're a kid. What do you care? It's funny. You're gonna laugh at a fart joke. You had the werewolf, which was the basic comedy relief of the whole movie, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You know. So, I would give this movie a 7 out of 10, and it's mostly because it's so nostalgia for me, especially how we're in October right now, and I'm gonna be watching a lot of these specials. I'll probably watch the first and second one closer to Halloween while I finish the other ones. I want to watch some of the 70s and 80s cartoons Halloween specials. If I were you guys and you haven't seen it, I would totally watch it. And you don't need a subscription service to like Amazon Prime Video or Netflix or any of that stuff. You can go directly on YouTube and you can watch it for free. Literally both movies are on YouTube. So I guess it's fine. I will link the movie below and I will link the second movie below, because it's weird if you guys haven't seen this. It's a fever dream. And to get more into Halloween specials, I think it's amazing how a lot of these shows do this. How after they do really good or manage to get a second season, they'll fit in their Halloween or any holiday specials. And I think it's important that, these shows make specials, because it can bring in a wider audience, since, a lot of people are going to be home during the holidays, especially during Christmas and Thanksgiving. While you guys are watching the football game and other people are cooking or prepping or, doing whatever they're doing during these holidays, the kids are obviously going to be watching TV, watching movies, or playing video games. But if you're all together in a family this year, it's strongly recommended by me, I'm not a doctor, that you guys watch some of these specials. Some of these specials are very family friendly oriented, such as Scary Godmother. Disney has taken their shot at holiday specials, and some of them are pretty good, surprisingly. Toy Story has one. I never knew it had one when I was doing research for this video. I knew Shrek had one because I remember watching it with my younger cousins. They love Shrek, and that's where I kind of developed my liking for Shrek too. Also, my mom told me about Los Picapiedras, or the Flintstones. They had one too, and that was way before my time. But my time, and I think others, we grew up watching Scary Godmother, the SpongeBob Halloween special, which kind of gave you some weird, traumatizing thoughts after watching it. And I know they've had a few episodes of that, but I'm talking about the one where they're in the Halloween party and SpongeBob scares everyone by literally having nothing but just his brain and his eyeballs sticking out. That's a scary image for kids. Anyways, guys, have a wonderful and safe Halloween. Remember, if your area allows you to have trick-or-treating, just dress up and remember to wear a mask. Keep your hands washed, so have a little jar of hand sanitizer handy. You never know. And parents, you do what you do. Keep checking your candy by just grabbing it and looking at it and just giving it back to your kid, because somehow that's like over TSA level inspection. So anyways, guys, thank you so much, and have a wonderful October until we see each other next time. So probably my next video won't be out till December. Anyways, bye.
Is a scaredy cat.
One thing he's not is a scaredy cat.
I may be bossy, I may lack grace. I don't do sit-ups to trim my waist. I may be thoughtless, yeah, and all of that, but the one thing I'm not is a scaredy cat.
The one thing he's not is a scaredy